isn't good.
Powerpuff Girls series is filled with exciting episodes that make it so interesting. Every episode brings a unique story with its own twist and crispness. But today, let's talk about those scary episodes that actually send chills down the audience's spine and make them so scared they almost feel like jumping out of their seats. These episodes stand out because of their intense and dark vibes, turning the usual fun and action-packed series into something that can be genuinely creepy. In this episode, we see how a person's obsession can turn them into a villain. This is exactly what happens with the crazy fan of the Powerpuff Girls. In the city, there wasn't a single Powerpuff Girl toy left that he hadn't collected. He had managed to gather the entire collection, but soon he started worrying about the future and what to do next. The fan had become so addicted to collecting that he couldn't live without finding new toys. If he didn't get them, he would lose his mind. After countless efforts, when nothing turned up, he took a drastic step. He put himself in danger and called the Powerpuff Girls to his hideout. However, his intentions weren't good. To complete his collection, he kidnapped the Powerpuff Girls and added them to his collection, which was a pretty bizarre and creepy move, turning the episode pretty dark. This episode proves how obsession can turn someone into a villain. Eventually, when Professor Utonium found out his daughters were missing, he asked the mayor and the people of the city for help, and they tracked down the fan's location. They arrived at his hideout, and Professor Utonium started questioning the fan about his daughters. When the fan refused to say anything, the professor and his kids began destroying his entire collection. Reluctantly, the fan revealed the whereabouts of the Powerpuff Girls. They were rescued, but the fan was thrown into jail, and that's how this dark episode came to an end. However, the story doesn't end here because the episodes only get darker from this point on. 2. In this episode, we meet Professor Utonium's childhood friend, Dick Hardley, who is visiting the professor after a long time. But here's the catch. In the past, Dick never considered Professor Utonium as a true friend. Instead, he used him for his own benefit. Unaware of this, Professor Utonium sees him as a good friend. When Dick visits his home, the professor proudly shows him his lab. However, Dick's attitude changes when he sees the Powerpuff Girls. He starts feeling jealous of Professor Utonium and suggests that if they commercialize the Powerpuff Girls, they could make a lot of money. This idea infuriates Professor Utonium, who tells Dick to stay away from him and the Powerpuff Girls forever. But Dick isn't the type to give up easily. The very next day, he shows up at the Powerpuff Girls school and manipulates them into revealing the secret of Chemical X. Armed with the formula, Dick creates his own Powerpuff Girls and soon starts selling them commercially across various cities, making tons of money. But despite the success, his creations lack the strength of the original Powerpuff Girls. While Dick is thriving in his business, the real Powerpuff Girls eventually find out about his actions. Without telling Professor Utonium, they set out to stop him. But they make a big mistake. They don't realize Dick has been waiting for them. He traps them and locks them up. In this moment, we clearly see how Dick's Powerpuff Girls are creepy and weak compared to the originals. There's no doubt this episode belongs on the list of the darkest ones. In the end, Professor Utonium arrives just in time to rescue the Powerpuff Girls. It is revealed that Dick had forgotten one crucial ingredient in his experiment: love. It turns out, love was what made the real Powerpuff Girls strong, something Dick's creations lacked. And now let's move on to the next episode. 3. This episode truly deserves to be called one of the darkest. It starts with a cheerful clown who arrives at a birthday party, spreading joy with his songs. But during the celebration, an accident happens, and the clown is severely injured. After the accident, he begins to lose all his colors and becomes sad. The shocking part is that he gains the power to turn everything around him into black and white. Whenever he sees something colorful, he gets angry and drains its color away. As a result, people lose their happiness and become sad just like him. The clown starts creating chaos all over the city, turning it completely black and white. Meanwhile, the Powerpuff Girls remain unaware of what's happening. When they finally realize the entire city has lost its color, they are shocked. They set out to investigate, but by then the clown has already escalated his destruction. At one point, he secretly captures Blossom and Buttercup, causing Bubbles to be even more confused and worried when she can't find her sisters. She desperately wants to fix everything and searches for them. When she finds them, she is stunned to see their condition. Realizing she's been too late, Bubbles suddenly remembers an idea that could save the day, using music to bring color back. The plan works, and soon everything, from the Powerpuff Girls to the entire city, is colorful again. Even the clown returns to normal, but he is sent to jail for his actions, and the episode ends. These were some of the darkest episodes I've selected, as they bring a really eerie vibe to the show. If you want more videos like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel. That's all for today. See you soon with another new video.